And that kind of people I want to talk about is those kind of people that can never celebrate your victories. Hey, I bought a red card. Yes, that's how we bought a blue card that looks like this the other day. Rest. Rest. You know, after Banter with NJ put out the friendship video, there has been a lot of reaction talking about friendships, and it feels like everybody's saying what my friend should do, what my friend should do. And I feel like sometimes we just fail to remember that we are also people's friends. And when I expect something from my friend also expects something from me. As much as I want my friend to be a good friend, one question that you should constantly ask yourself is, am I a good friend? And I know it's so easy to feel like you're doing it right and you're a good friend, but does your friend think that you're a good friend? You know? So these are all the questions that we need to ask ourselves, because most of the times in life it's so easy to come from a place of feeling like you're a better person. And in this video, I'm not going to say if I think I'm a good friend or not, because I feel like that's not my place. I feel like my friends should be the one to answer that question if I'm a good friend, you know. And so if you're my friend and you watch this video, let me know if I'm a good friend. It's something that you should ask yourself, really, am I a good friend? And something I feel like has helped me in my friendship journey is what I want to share in this video. The first thing is the fact that people are going through a lot. That's really the first thing for me. Because when you're somebody who likes to check up on people and expect to be checked back on, and expect to be checked back up on, is that it? Zina, simply Zina, this is what you do now. I know how it feels like. Is that it? Simply so, and expect to be checked back up on, you know, you just always feel like people should be there and do the same thing that you do for them for you. But sometimes it's okay to just pause and just say, okay, I'm going through these hard times and this person did not call me. Is it possible that they too are going through a hard time and maybe are waiting for you to call them? I know that when you're friends, there should be communication and all that, but sometimes maybe you're not even friends up to that level. Maybe you're friends, but you're still getting to know each other, because as much as your friends, friendship has levels, you understand? So maybe you're not at that point yet where you are where the other person is the first person you're going to call when you're going through stuff, because you know, like when you're going through stuff, they are the first few people that you're going to call. Maybe that friend is not in the category of the first few people you're going to call to tell, like, oh, I'm going through this stuff, and you maybe go through the stuff and you feel like this person didn't call me. I think one thing that has really helped me not to feel so bad is telling myself that it's possible that this person too might have been going through their own stuff. And in most cases, it's true. And yes, there are some cases where the person is not going through anything. They don't feel you that way, and so they're not going to check up on you. What's going to happen in this case is that with time is going to continue, and with time you're going to get to know that this person is not in the friendship cadre. So demotion, they are demoted to acquaintance. Yes, that's what you're going to do in that case. So it's not like I'm making excuses for people who don't reach out. I'm not. You know that a lot of some friendships are really toxic, and when we talk about relationship being toxic, people feel like it's relationship like dating or marriage and all that is only toxic. That's not true. There are friendships that are toxic as can be. You know how you have this friend who they are going through something and they call you and you sit down on the phone and you talk to them for like 20 minutes, and the 1 minute you want to talk about your own stuff, oh, I have to run, Rosemary, I have to do something. Toxic. This person that they have to go somewhere and you're the person that would see them to that place, you would escort them to that particular place. When you want to go somewhere, maybe you want to check something out in the shop and you want a friend that will just be like your person to help you, you know, look at this thing the second time, they are busy. They're always busy on you. But when they need your help, they have 20 minutes to spare, they have 40 minutes to spare. But you don't ever get 5 minutes from them. You are their go-to person, but they are not your go-to person. And I feel like sometimes it's okay because maybe you're the person that's supposed to help them out of stuff, but if it's not very serious, and please, at some point you just really have to choose yourself, because I say something that you cannot give from an empty cup. You cannot pour out from an empty cup, because you who is pouring out, constantly giving attention, constantly giving advice, you too need advice. You know they need advice. Is your life perfect? Is your life perfect? Because really your life is not perfect, and You too need somebody that you can call on and trust. You know, this kind of thing that you call somebody and you trust that the person is not rushing you off the phone, you know, and the person has your time and wants to sit down and listen to everything that you want to say. Yes, that's it. You too need that kind of love in your life. You too need that kind of care, that kind of attention in your life. So, and yes, you're deserving of it to get it, and you should have the kind of friends that are there for you as much as you're there for them. And that kind of people I want to talk about is, oh, this video is beginning to have direction. I don't know if it was going to have direction. I said, let me come and sit down and ramble. So another kind of friendship I'm going to talk about is those kind of people that can never celebrate your victories. Hey, I bought a red card. Yes, that's how we bought a blue card that looks like this the other day. Oh, I'm going to Paris. Oh, that is how I went to the neighboring states that time with my rest. Oh, I'm going to buy this yellow dress. I have something like this in red. Let people celebrate their victories and really be happy for them without putting in something that feels like a competition. You might not be doing it from a bad place sometimes, but I think friendship is about selflessness. And when you do that, you're not really a selfless person, because it feels like you always want to be in the picture and the other person doesn't have any platform to shine ever. And before you know, it begins to drain them, and they need somewhere that they can actually go and be the star for a few seconds. You don't always have to be the star of the show. So the next thing is those kind of friends that when they are done talking, you know, like in an argument, this is not like calling for advice. Let's say you guys are having like an argument, or you're trying to say your views on something, right? When they are done talking, the conversation ends. Now, I was somewhere, I'm not going to say, I was somewhere one day, I was doing something somewhere, and we're just like having this girl banter. Not, I don't know this person, just like when you just go to where ladies are gathered, like salons or tailoring shops and all that, you know. So we're just having like this female talk and talking about stuff. And there's somebody that was talking, and I noticed that whenever she finishes talking, she just faces the television. And her voice is so loud. Yeah, when she finishes talking, she faces the television. When you're talking, when you're trying to give your own point, she's not listening. Next thing you hear is she just starts talking. I tried to put in my points like twice, and I noticed that she wasn't listening. And that was when I just like, okay, this person is not my friend, but from what I saw that day, that's definitely how she operates. You understand? And if it drained me for the few minutes I was in that place, I can imagine what happens to her friends. And I'm not judging her, I'm not saying she's a bad friend, but I'm just saying that she might not realize that what she's doing is just not helping her friendships, because you cannot say, for instance, that the clothes I'm wearing is sky blue, and I'm telling you that it's not sky blue, you know. And you say, no, this is what sky blue looks like, and I'm trying to explain the color to you, and you're not, like, you're done talking. Then the next thing you're like, but this is how sky blue looks like, and I want to just tell this is not how sky blue looks like, and you're done talking again. That's how some people are in friendships. When they are done talking, conversation ends. If you're this kind of person, stop it. You know, sometimes, you know how they say you like the sound of your own voice. Your voice is not the sweetest, you know. Even if you like the sound of your own voice, sometimes let people talk, and you listen. You know, one thing that will help your friendship is learning the acts and the arts of listening. Like, listening, just calm down. I know that you want to talk, I know you want to talk, but just listen. You would see that your friendship would go to another level. That's if you're not a good listener, because some people are actually good listeners in relationships or in friendships. I'm not going to say that you have to be perfect when it comes to friendship, but you know, it's just like a learning curve. And if you really care about the person that you're in a friendship with, you're going to want to change or get better for them. If you have a friend that you feel like is genuine, and you feel like maybe you're one of these things I have said to them, maybe you can call them up and maybe just ask them, okay, open slate, say what you think I can do better, and you know, just let me say what I think you can do better too, and you guys just really work on your friendship from there on. Another thing would be those people in friendships that feel like they are blunt and they're just I always say that there's a thin line between being blunt and being outright rude. Even though you're a blunt person, it is wisdom to know when to be blunt. Somebody cannot be going through the roughest of time and you're forming bluntness. You understand? People are so fragile. So if you're that friend that you feel like you're blunt, Make sure that you're blunt when it's needful. For instance, your friend went through something rough and made a mistake and maybe got duped or something. That's when they are crying about being duped. It's not the point to say, I told you so. You two, you can go through stuff. There's always going to be other times, as long as you guys remain friends, that you can tell them that they could have done better. You understand? They could have not gotten to that kind of situation that they would lose such amounts of money or gotten their heart broken and all that stuff. Not in that point of deep pain, not in that point of deep regret. You understand? They already regret their actions. It's not the time to come and be bragging on I told you. You understand? Some people brag on this, and I feel like it's not a very good trait. Give people grace. Be graceful, be kind. You understand? Being blunt is not, they don't need to give a word for bluntness. There's time when you have to be blunt and the message is going to be passed across, not in that place of pain. I'm not a friendship expert. Like I said, I don't know if I'm a very good friend to all of my friends. I feel like I'm an amazing friend to some people. So maybe if you feel like I'm not a good friend to you, you can say what I do that you don't really like, and I'm open to working on it. Yes, so maybe you should do that too with your friends, and just be open to working on things that you feel like you could get better at. Because you need friends in life, really. I'm not saying that you need a battalion. You need a few good friends. Some people thrive with a million friends, good stuff. Some people thrive with just a few, but what it means, whichever way, 1 million, 10, 5, you need friends. No matter how self-sufficient you feel that you are, you need friends. You need people that you can count on. You need those you can call on and they would answer you. So this is cheers to us being better friends and making amazing friendships. Yes, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video, please share this video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Guys, subscribe to the channel. Now let's talk about this subscription. Guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Yes, so I'm so grateful that you took our time to watch this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.